Season 12 of Apex Legends has been an adrenaline rush of a ride for me as I started my climb on the road to Diamond from the very first day, and the meat and potatoes of this video will be covered in Platinum 4, but we'll get to that. First of all, I thunderclapped into my warm-up game with metaphor glee and a dash of murderous rage. My name's Ragtag, the greatest gutter tier gamer on the face of this earth, and my day started out with me feeling unstoppable. Landing into the phase driver as Wraith, it felt a bit like home, and I didn't invite this enemy team in for dinner, but I definitely had the energy ammo to cook, so why not?
I'm going in. Enemy spotted. Way out there. Thank you. That air shield is cracked. Grenade incoming. That air shield is cracked. Reloading. Reloading, squad. Wait, mate.
Turbocharged up the Havoc, crafted a level 3 bolt for the shotgun. This warm-up game was about to turn into a bloodbath. Level 500, 3,000 hours played in this game, and I still don't know where the holes on the map are. Okay, time to save my ego. Yeah, the game bugged and threw me down a big hole, like a demon took control of my mouse. Whew, yeah. Totally saved that and turned it around. Pretty sure they bought the story, but this was only a minor inconvenience, for our warm-up game would not be sullied by such a silly little mistake. I was quickly revived, back in the action, but no sooner had I... Oh, come on, guys, you don't think I'd fall off the same ledge twice, do you? Okay, maybe I would, but on this occasion, I did not. But no sooner had I finished retrieving the contents of my death box when Octane had found a full squad of 3,
Ended heavy mag here. Level 3.
which completely deleted him.
Go here. Unleashing my wrecking ball.
Maggie decided to stand toe-to-toe in front of that squad, and to my surprise, something happened that I did not expect. No, she got deleted. What did you think would happen? And the warm-up game was a colossal fail. I couldn't move on to ranked just yet, though, as had barely been tested yet. I'd have to try again, and try again we did, with Ash and Octane accompanying my second outing of the day, where we once again tried out the Havoc, but this time opted for the controversial Mozambique, hoping for some hammer points. But before I could even find the hop-up to make this loadout worthy, Ash took herself over to Energy Depot for walkies, and didn't keep off the grass when instructed.
I've been downed. Unacceptable.
I couldn't let this game go down the toilet as well. I had to do something.
Enemy shield broken. Reloading. Getting shot at.
Standing still. I like you.
Someone thirsted my kill, robbing me of vital damage padding, and I took offense to that. Okay, we don't have the aim or the ammo to fight at this range, and rezzing Ash out in the open was suicide. I had to push. Well, I don't know if I had to push, but I wanted to, so that's good enough for me, so shut your mouth.
You're lucky I like you. Dreaming at that depleted.
Ash was back on her feet, but I had to heal, and you know what that means? That's right.
I'm down. I need help.
Revenant's totem made this enemy team even more deadly, and I was alone.
Follow the tunnel. Portal's ready.
Octane had seen enough and disconnected. Ash was still worth saving. I just had to work out how to do it. But then, she made my choice easy. Low on energy ammo, a ravenous team waiting to devour me. I had to leave. Some warm-up game this turned out to be, but you don't get the juices going by hiding in a corner, so I decided that no matter the odds, so long as I had ammo in my gun, I'd be engaging any squad I came across, full attack.
Shots. Broken enemy shield. Need to recharge my shields. Shots. Enemy shield broken. Recharging my shields. Going to phase.
Wait, why didn't that enemy Wraith shoot? What are you, a pacifist? Probably someone who forgot to reload and realised too late, but it didn't matter. I was in the thick of it now, but the hardest part about this battle was I had no idea how many teams were in this area because it felt like there were footsteps all around me. Not a good match for someone who doesn't have an ounce of game sense.
You're in a kill zone. You're not safe there.
Somehow I'd found myself as the kill leader, and now was the moment to be strategic. Portal away, get some better loot and come back later, but it was too late for that. I was here to compete with whatever I had left, and my session was to culminate in decimating my enemies in ranked, so whatever happened here as a solo player would mean that I could hold my head high so long as I made them pay a terrible price for engaging a man with nothing to lose. I started to feel the sting of recharging shields only with cells, and as this squad was more aggressive and less forgiving of my poke attacks, I might be in trouble. Now it was time to leave, but had I left it too late? I had one desperate plan and had to hope that my opponents were dumb enough to fall for it. Okay, well, safe to say I was warm, and we begin our ranked climb in Gold 1 as I was fast approaching Platinum with a lot of small but frequent games. There was one constant occurrence throughout, and that was losing every game. However, positive RP is all that matters when climbing, so at this point, my sanity was still intact, especially when we landed in Grow Towers and my wingman shots. Well, while they're normally something of a joke on this channel, today, they were on point. Of course, if you'd like to ask why I'm throwing by holding a charge rifle instead of something more practical, yes, you can ask that. I'll tell you where to shove it, but you can ask.
Nice, dude. Good job.
Another team landed on us, and I badly needed time to heal.
Can you get away?
I guess that'll be a no. And you know I'm serious about climbing when I actively talk to my teammates, because normally I say absolutely nothing, but I really, really needed to know if I could somehow save my squad and put it back together.
Is that a full team?
No response, and without knowing what I'd be facing, I had to turn this into a banner recovery mission, and the best way to do that was with transport.
Yeah, I'm coming. Gonna do it.
One giant loop back to where we started, but when I arrived, I could feel eyes on me. Turned out I was being watched on my approach, and worse than that, there were at least 2 teams here.
Alright, dude. I'm gonna move us out of here just in case.
Probably shouldn't have chosen to drive through the middle of Grow Towers, but retrospect is a wonderful thing. I was within an inch of my life, though, and a single stray bullet could end it all right now.
Sorry.
Ah dear. Well, no matter, I made it to Plat 4, but the trouble was, those games with a couple of eliminations here and there, you get yourself to the top 10 or even the top 5, you will see gains and climb with ease in gold. But in Platinum, especially the first week of the season, Gutta-tier gamers get what they deserve, a swift and merciless punishment. And my punishment? Well, it felt like a life sentence.
Loba's low.
One thing was for sure here, whatever was going on felt exactly as Mr. Hollywood predicted in my last video. The Platinum prison had come true to life. I reluctantly swapped off Wraith, mainly because someone else chose her first, but we put Bangalore to work. Landing into the rift, it wasn't long before our Wraith was under attack, and I had my favourite energy weapon to help her. I didn't care anymore. This was Thirst City and every knocked enemy was getting finished. No mercy. One enemy remained and this was starting to feel like my luck was finally about to change. Kill leader, team leader, finally, things were going our way. And it wasn't long before a rogue Loba was heard scampering about nearby. I lost her, but suspected she'd flee to Energy Depot. It was just a gut feeling and I trusted it. However, gut feelings don't matter when your teammates get shot in the back by a completely different squad.
He needs help.
What had I done? The streak continued and Eternally Platinum seemed like a fitting idea for new merch. But if I played long enough, perhaps I'd find a couple of randoms who liked the idea of frequent calculated risks, and eventually I found them. There are two types of people who drop in Solar Array, the ones who want to guarantee themselves sniper rifles, and then there's us, the F team. And what a team we turned out to be. Wraith found a squad right off the bat and I couldn't afford a 2v3 situation right now, not with this loadout. I had to cover my teammate, but I was about as useful with the wingman as shaving foam is to a Wookiee. But my enemies, well, they didn't know that. Now they did. The game was still early enough for looting to be a priority for everyone in this zone. I needed the loadout of someone who was desperate to climb. But this is the F team after all, so my R99 as the automatic weapon meant that I had effectively, gimped my range. But now we were ready to fight and find out what kind of synergy our random squad would actually have. Ouch! People underneath bunkered inside. I went to cover the rear entrance to trap them. Uh-oh, sniped from across the way. Now we're about to find out what the F in F team stands for. But it wasn't over yet.
Hold on.
Reloading.
Another F team, it would seem. Guess they should have told their teammate Horizon that they were Forbidden West. The pacing of my teammates was terrifying, and we had obliterated all opponents in this zone without speaking so much as a word to each other. But the true sign that made me think that I had someone special on this squad compared to the non-committal zone huggers from my past is that our Mad Maggie did a maneuver that I only see from players that are more than a cut above the gutter tier, and it was this zipline moment. This was when I realised that the F in F team really does stand for full send.
Shield is cracked.
We were being funneled through the proverbial hot gates of Sparta, but according to Hollywood, Leonidas is from Scotland, and so am I.
There's a siege recharging the shields.
Mad Maggie down, but Wraith with the hero portal, we had a chance at being whole again.
Set the portal.
This won't hurt.
Watch yourself. I'm hurt.
Pushed back at the edge of the zone, there was in fact a way out, but my squad mates weren't backing down from any challenge, which meant I might actually have to do this properly and play some angled positions.
Taking damage.
Grenade. Need to recharge my
Hey, say
shield.
no more, Wraith. I know you want to push, so allow me. Two random teammates backing all of my plays, protecting me as I recharged my shields. There is hope for solo queue after all. And now we were reaching an unspoken understanding. One that said, hey, you throw your wrecking ball, jump pad, or zip line towards any enemy, the rest of us will follow you into the depths of hell.
There's a sink.
Okay, that's the end of that push. Well, round 2 was getting ready to close, and I wanted to move us to Energy Depot. But we weren't done here just yet.
Watch yourself. Recharging my shield. Reload.
Think you're getting away, do you, Wraith? Because the gutter tier is full of fury, and I will chase you to the end of the... Ow. Good portal cover. Perhaps that was a little hasty from me. But then, I was about to have a gutter tier looting moment. I didn't mean to jump into the portal there, but hey. Ring was closing, Wraith was sick of me messing around, and we had to make a move. Enemy Valkyrie blasted herself and Wraith into the skies, so we'd have to deal with them another time. But for now, Energy Depot. And the mission was still the same. Send it! All the way!
Enemy down.
Bangalore's smoke. Only a fool would enter that trap. Or a fool with a digi-threat. Our Mad Maggie sniffed out the final member of that squad, and another team boldly pulled off a resurrection under our noses. I felt the muscles in my robotic butt cheeks begin to clench as I decided to brave another portal. Uh-oh. I had bested another half-decent player in a 1v1 without the help from my teammates who were busy wasting an octane. With only 5 squads left, I was beginning to believe perhaps this time I could... Hold that thought. As I healed, Wraith sent a portal right on this enemy team's head. A crazy move. Definitely my kind of crazy.
Recharging shields.
That fight was over so quickly, the thought finally occurred to me, perhaps despite the fact I was doing great damage for a gutter tier, yeah, there was a distinct possibility that I was getting hard carried here, but I had to push my ego aside because being a functioning teammate is more important than matching the terrifying killing power of Mad Maggie and Wraith. The care package yielded a Spitfire, but we had bigger problems. Getting up the hill versus the most devastating sniper rifle in the game had us all concerned, and we needed to break the line before the ring devoured us. So I suggested something so ludicrous, so insane, it simply had to work. We'd drive our way out in the trident! But my teammates ignored that idiotic suggestion and decided it was better to work the flank. So with clenched cheeks all round, we made for the trees. Don't snipe me, don't snipe me, don't snipe me. Snipe Wraith, she deserves it. Put her out of misery. I made it. Ah! I needed to calm down. Mad Maggie spoke for the first time. Don't worry, brother, I'll send it for you. Which is, ironically, how I threw this entire game. Slowly backing away from my betters, I hoped that my team could repair my blunderous push. And they did. Picked up the gun that had given my glutes a good workout today, and we set off for the high ground, with round 5 about to close, which is when Mad Maggie gave us an idea of how hard we'd been carried. 200 damage from 4k. Now when a teammate tells you this, it's their polite way of saying, I'm about to get this badge, so don't rob me of my damage because there aren't that many players left in this game. I'm better than you, so just sit down and don't ruin it for me. Okay, it might not mean all that, but it would if he knew anything about me, so we waited to see who was left.
Someone's got a shot on me.
Standing right in the middle of the ring of fire, Maggie didn't care. Destroyed Fuse with the R301. 70 damage to go, and it was a solo player, meaning one final squad to go, and the chances of there being 3 enemy players in this pokey little ring were low. It was a solo mirage. Shield cracked. Well, I hope you got your 70 damage, pal, because I'm about to hip-fire this guy with a Kraber. Always roll the dice, I say, but it didn't matter. He'd already achieved his goal. Our TTV pulled off a finisher and padded his damage no more. Victory to the gutter tier, and I have to be honest and tell you that I've played a lot of Apex this week with some really ugly games, ugly things being said to me from my teammates, and just some horrible luck as well as terrible fails. But does one good game really make it all better again? Of course it does, although if I have another week like this one, I'm switching to Fortnite. I'm kidding, everyone knows the real money's in Minecraft. Alright, I hope you enjoyed the vid, catch you in the next one, later!